If you have not watched episode 5 of X-Men 97, I suggest you set up a therapy session afterwards. And if you just watched it, you better make that call, man. This was crazy. It was an emotional roller coaster. Let's break it down. Hit that intro.
You are watching the Fan Club.
You're watching the Fan Club.
And you're watching the Fan Club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the Fan Club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morph, I made a fake one.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fan Club. It is your boy Dan Brosnan in the building. Welcome to the show. We have an amazing episode for you guys today. We are going to be talking about episode 5 of X-Men 97. This was crazy, man. Absolutely pandemonium. I don't even know how you continue episode 6. I bet it's going to be a different story. I bet this is going to be the Storm storyline, all that kind of stuff. But oh man, was this a crazy episode. I think that this episode puts this series up there with some of the best Marvel series, animated or not animated, honestly. Like, holy crap, are they doing an amazing job. Before we break down episode 5, I thought we would give you a little flashback summary of episode 4, give us an idea of what is going on, so let's do that now. Episode 4 of X-Men 97 featured 2 captivating stories. In Motendo, Jubilee and Roberto battle Mojo in a video game, referencing classic video game elements and reliving some vintage X-Men moments. The second part of the episode, Life Death Part 1, follows Storm and Forge as they attempt to restore Storm's powers. But at the end, she encounters an evil owl and is kidnapped. The episode explores relationship dynamics between Storm and Forge and Jubilee and Roberto, highlighting the beginnings of potential romances. This was a really fun episode, but I think episode 4 was more like a filler episode, if you will, even though it was fun. I'm not saying that it didn't lead to things coming later, because this Life Death, we're gonna get Life Death Part 2 coming up next after episode 5. So it did have something to do with it, but this was more of a filler episode compared to episode 5. This episode today is just completely crazy, man. It is titled Remember It, and let's get into it. The highly anticipated 5th episode of X-Men 97 has arrived, leaving fans reeling from its shocking and heartbreaking events. The episode titled Remember It opens up with a joyous celebration as the state of Genosha is formally inducted into the United Nations, with Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit presiding over the ceremony. However, the atmosphere quickly turns dark when Genosha is attacked by an army of Sentinels. We're gonna break down all the other things that happened, but let's get into this crazy action. Magneto defends his nation using his powers to hold back the giant Sentinel's weapon. But the Sentinels' relentless assault proves too much, and Magneto's barriers are breached, resulting in a devastating explosion. The episode heavily implies that Magneto has perished in battle, leaving fans mourning the loss of one of the X-Men's most iconic characters. As if one tragedy were not enough, the episode delivers a second crushing blow when Gambit, in a heroic attempt to spare Rogue's life, charges the Sentinel mothership. The mothership impales Gambit with a metal arm, and despite his efforts to use his mutant abilities to destroy the Sentinel, Gambit succumbs to his wounds. Rogue finds Gambit's lifeless bodies and utters the heartbreaking words, "I can't feel you," a reference to the devastating scene in WandaVision, where Wanda says the same words to Vision's wrecked body. The episode's shocking conclusion leaves the X-Men community reeling. Magneto's death is a major loss for the team, and the fans are left wondering about the future of Genosha now that its protector is gone. Gambit's sacrifice is equally heartbreaking, and his heroic end serves as a testament to his courage and loyalty. Episode 5 is a powerful and emotionally charged installment that has set the stage for a darker and more uncertain future for the X-Men. The deaths of Magneto and Gambit are major turning points that will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the series, and fans are eagerly awaiting the next episode to see how the team will cope with these devastating losses. The first thing that I could think of is this a bad dream? Is this something that can be reversed? Now, I want to talk about all the other things that happened because up until this battle, there was a bunch of crazy crap happening, and I was just blown away by this episode. This might be one of the best episodes of X-Men I've ever seen in my life, and I'm not just saying that recency bias. It had everything. So let's get into it. In the beginning, we see the return of some characters like Madeline Pryor, Kurt Wagner, aka Nightcrawler. The one thing that I loved about episode 5 was its main strength was building on the character relationships that they have been hinting at for this whole season. The love triangle between Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit. I really loved how they talked about the dynamic between Jean Grey and Cyclops. Scott is in a weird place right now. He lost his son. He doesn't know how he feels about Jean Grey, and he's been kind of, I don't know how you say this, but he has been having like romantic, telepathic meetings with Madeline Pryor, and Jean Grey finds out, and it's crazy, and they're fighting. It's nuts. Scott also snapped on a reporter who was interviewing all of the mutants, wanted to get to know them and tell their side until she asked about his son, and he lost it, man. I've never seen him get so mad. I love that they're kind of changing Scott Summers. For years, he always got this, I don't know, like he was looked at as the wimp of the crew, even though he was one of the most powerful. They're giving him a backbone now where he lost his son and he's not like the super nice guy as he used to be. It's crazy. I love that they talked about Scott and Jean Grey's relationship being rocky. There was like a love triangle there now, which is crazy. And then one of the big moments of this that kind of gets overshadowed by Magneto and Gambit's death was Jean Grey kissed Wolverine. That was nuts, man. Absolutely crazy. And Wolverine kind of brushes it off and he's like, yo, you didn't know who you were for a second. You're with Scott. That's how it's supposed to be. And he walks away. It was nuts. And then we think, that's all crazy. Then Rogue finally tells Gambit the truth. How when she was younger, she kind of fell in love with Magneto because his electrostatic makes it so they can touch each other, which is crazy. She never told him, and now Magneto wants her to be the queen of Genosha, right? Things get crazy, and then right before they get crazy, we see Cable. Cable comes back, and Jean Grey doesn't know who he is at first, but then once she sees his eyes, she's like, oh my God, it's you, you're okay. And then he says, I'm sorry, Mom. And then he like leaves. He gets like teleported away, I think. And then a huge explosion happens. And that is the giant battle that we just broke down. There were so many crazy parts. And I bet I missed some really good points. Probably one of the best episodes of an animated show I've seen in a very long time. It was absolutely amazing, man. Shout out everybody working on this. They did an amazing job. Make sure you go check it out if you haven't. If you have checked out X-Men 97, let us know your opinion in the comments. What did you think? We love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace. I just want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members out there. The Arctic Operator, Roderick Ham, Papleon Purple, Salima Ramirez, Danny Nascimento, Stephen Heffelman, Chaos Draco, Thomas Franco, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Miguel Ortiz, and Sean Schiffer. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today. I just want to shout out all of the fans out there for taking the time out of their day to watch this content. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you can, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that share button. And if you guys want to be a member, click that join button right now. We have a blue Ranger Ranger membership that gets you into the exclusive fan chat Discord. Then we have the Gold Ranger membership. It gets you into the fan chat, but you also get a video shout out at the end of every video. I want to thank you guys again. If you can, sign up to be a member. We will see you next time. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.